guys, welcome back. Another episode of Utopia, Creation of a Nation with your host, me, John Megacycle. How's it going? Hope it's going well. Another relaxing turn just to wind down the clock until I have more cash money. It's really amazing if you look into it how this game was the start of how it turned into K240 and then Fragile Allegiance. The interesting thing in my mind is it starts off on a planet like this. Like you have a chunk of a planet and you're working on it, and then K240 evolved and it's an entire asteroid belt. And then Fragile Allegiance was a much cleaner, more polished version of that. And in my mind, it's really impressive how a game idea really matures like that. 3 more chemical plants, 4 total. I'm happy with that. Can we do anything on the trade front? Yes! Oh my gosh, food is so expensive. Fuel is cheap. Oh yeah. Almost when anything is one price, like only one one credit, it's almost a sin not to buy it, in my opinion. Even if it's something you don't even use. We're going to bump this up a little bit. Our guys are a little more thirsty when it comes to research. Now, how are we doing on everything else? Power. Another power plant would be cool. Pretty solid there. We're doing alright with 1,000 people. Now, probably tank yards and such. 2 more power stations, and then military, really. Keeping all the power plants away from the residential area is what I find important. So we're just going to dump these here. A couple of turrets to boot as well. And that'll probably take care of that. I never thought when I was growing up and playing this game, it was in high school when I was playing this, I really didn't think I would be in the position I am right now, recording it, enjoying it, and hopefully sharing it with some of my fans or whoever might be interested in giving this a gander. This is really still very surreal for me to be able to do this, and I've said it before, the whole point, if you're starting off doing YouTube, or you're still considering it, or what have you, this is the point, is that you have fun doing it. If you can be really satisfied with what you produce, and playing it, and sharing the games with some of your friends, fans, family, whatever, that's what counts. Really, that's what counts. There's a lot of stuff I've recorded and put out there that's got 2 views, 3 views, maybe nothing, but the whole point is I still go back and I still watch my own stuff. Like, it's still, that's even surreal. Like, if it's still the concept of, like, people are like, why would you ever watch someone play video games? And it's like, I don't think you understand. I sometimes watch myself play video games. And the thing is, I learn a lot. I honestly do, especially RTS games. I learn a lot from, like, what I could have done differently, or, like, watching replays. Like, how did my opponent act? How did I act? What did I do? What could have turned the tide of battle? Like, is there, like, one thing I did wrong? Is there a bunch of stuff I did wrong? Like, what could have really made this a victory as opposed to, like, a near defeat or a total loss or whatever? And I have fun doing that. Excuse me. There's a lot you can learn from other people, but I think you can learn even more just from yourself. You watch those replays over and over again, you just really see, yeah, okay, I didn't have enough money. Yeah, alright, I didn't build enough tanks. Yeah, okay, I didn't attack fast enough, or whatever, and you kind of beat yourself up a little bit, but the end result, hopefully, is you're strong enough to say, here's the deal, I did the best I could, I lost. But I know now what to do better. Yes, further advances in pollution control. I'm very happy about that. And it's that's the kind of stuff that really changes from you being a loser. Like, I used to get the crap beat out of me in RTS games. Absolutely. I wasn't a winner all the time. I'm still not a professional. Like, I'm probably, anyone who's professional in a game could probably just kick my butt in, no problem. But the point is, I'm having fun playing it. I'm enjoying it. And then with that, you learn, you get better, and that's really all there is to it. You gotta have a love for the game, and a love for yourself, too. I think that's also important. That might sound really corny, but it's absolutely true. I forgot what, I don't know if it was Sun Tzu or Alexander the Great or someone, I don't remember which military commander, if it even was a commander, but, or a general or a lieutenant or whatever, but one of them said, In order to defeat your enemy, you first must defeat yourself. And I think what that really means is you just got to get over all the stuff that your hang-ups are. And really try to really hunker down and say, okay, I'm not perfect, I'm not even great, I'm not good, I'm not nothing. It's just, how do we make this better? And really coming to that conclusion really does it. That's what really does it for me anyway. Really being able to take those losses over and over and over and over again and try to say, well, I could just sit in the corner and cry about it because I lost. I could. Anyone can. Like, you can really beat yourself up over it, or you can try to learn and be better. And that's really, like I said, like I've enjoyed doing this. I've enjoyed playing games throughout the years. Okay, new solar generator. These use superconductor technology to provide greater power output. Very good. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, back to the main point. If you're gonna start YouTube and you're gonna start recording and putting yourself out there, make sure the #1 priority thing you've got figured out is that you enjoy doing it. If you don't enjoy doing it and you're just in it for like the money or the fans, or like if you're in it for just one thing, you're gonna feel so beat up when the results aren't what you expect. Like if you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get tons of fans and all this and I'm gonna be super popular, you know, you're putting a fairly high bar out there. Do it for yourself. Do it like any other hobby. You know, like someone that might do woodworking or something. Well, maybe no one will ever see your creations, but you're doing it for you. It relaxes you and you enjoy it. That's my only real advice. Make sure you're doing it for all the right reasons. Doing pretty good there. Need more power plants again. Good population density. I'm pretty happy with what we're doing with just 1,000 people. That's pretty good. I'm not too sure if I need tank yards. 4,800, that's not bad. I'll build 2 more power plants. Solar eclipse, okay. They don't seem to be as frequent on this planet, the solar eclipses, but like I said, I don't know which one I played or how it happened, but it was 3 times in 1 year, and I was like, forget solars. I can't wait that long for my power grid to come back online. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put this crap. Right here should be fine. Come on, up 1. Up 1, thank you. Fuel storage inadequate, build storage tanks. That's probably the best error message ever. I know I'm putting a bit of a delay on research, but there we go. That's the kicker. That's the cash. I'm going to sell off this fuel. I'm going to start keeping weapons. Tech I don't care about. 29 is an excellent price. Good, I can do 2 more power plants. And then we're gonna put some turrets. Can I do a flux pod? Flux pod. I don't know what's with me today. I've just been running over my own words all day. Yeah, radar right here, and then seal it up with turrets. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna expand south. So in the original report, it said the enemy was located in the south, or the alien culture, however it was phrased. And the thing of that is, that's where our tanks are going to go to confront the enemy. So by having the tank production facilities in the south, that way that's a lot less distance our tanks have to go. So I mean, it's simple logic there. And the thing of that is with these little divots in the way, like all this crap, that's going to be really painful if I put my tank production facility like right here. That would be such a pain. So what we'll do is we'll flux pod down here. Maybe here. I'm afraid my tanks will just get caught, whatever that is. We'll flux pod down here, set up some tank production, and then we'll go from there. That way the tanks will just assemble themselves. It's all automatic. It'll just deduct from the weapon facility. From the weapons facility. From our weapons supply. More fuel inadequate. Okay, so that's telling me that we're finally getting enough workers, and now we're actually overproducing, obviously, so that's good. So turret, where's the line here? Landmine, very good. These smart mines detonate when an enemy passes over them. Your own vehicles are safe. That's not a bad option. Not one I usually go for, but not too bad. Sell down. And sell down. And yes, we will sell tech. Very cool. That gives us more than enough for 3 or 4 more tanks. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. And then I want a security up here. There we go. I'm very happy with that. Again, with that slow buildup of especially security forces, that's what really gets you, is when you have all this crime and stuff and you throw down 40 or 50 security facilities, and then the problem is it still takes the amount of time to ramp up. So that's, I mean, just saying, building them here and there, once in a while, not a bad idea. $29, $30, $39, $87, ding! Okay, more of that. I want another security over here. Keep that infrastructure nice and beefy. Make sure we have multiple areas that we can fall back on. If we lose a chunk of our base, we still have other areas that we can work with. Meaning, a meteor hits out our industry sector, we don't lose everything. Like, we have a bunch of it scattered about. And this was another really nice paycheck. We're going to go ahead and bump up our grants. Triple fives, triple nickels, works for me. Okay. Next up, time to get our military moving. We're going to figure out the most southern point we can build a flux pod. Too far. We'll get a different error message. It'll say, there we go, you don't have enough money. So let's, how about here? Okay. And then one more. Okay, cool. So I'm going to put the flux pod right here. And also a radar and 2 turrets. Sun is friggin' eclipse again. February will quickly turn into your favorite month because of how few days there are. But that's okay. We're gonna do our trade real quick. We got our research back online, so I'm happy about that. Oh, they're using 3,250 per month. Oops, no, I don't want to turn that up. There we go. Yes, I will sell fuel. At 11, that's still a good price. I wish I could get rid of these gems. Like, I was so happy when I was getting a bunch of them. Now I kind of want them gone. It's a lot of cash sitting there, so you have to be mindful of that as well. Especially when it's sellable, because it's been. Oh, hey, a hover tank already. These carry advanced weapons and can also cross ice and space moss. Fantastic. I wonder what tech level I'm even at. I think I figured that out this way. Oh, civil engineering. I meant the other guy. I believe it's time to construct another sports complex for the colonists. Okay, that's fair. We're tech level 4. I'm happy with that. Labs are fully populated. You're going to tell me that until the day is out. Food, air, power, fuel, ore. Perfect. What do you have to say? Build tanks. Build tanks! Yep. What do you have to say? More industry and trade surplus resources for more money. What do you think we're doing? That's been my whole battle plan. Okay, 74% population density. We'll still be able to work on our military before that becomes an issue. So I'm not worried about that. I'm going to put this other turret right there. I don't really know how the turret logic works. I don't know if they can shoot through or past other objects. I don't know if they deal damage constantly. There's no real animation for the damage. there's animation for the turret firing, but there's no like health bars on the tanks. Like I can't investigate an enemy tank to see how much damage it's taking. So that mechanic is a little hit miss to me. I don't even remember reading. Oh, this game didn't even have a manual when I got it. When I rented it from Blockbuster. That even reminds me even of another step. I was so clueless on how this game works that I didn't even have the manual. That was interesting too. 3. Nothing to sell. Gems at 70? Yeah, why not? We're still doing good on our storage, I think. Where's a store around here? There it is. No problem. It's easy. It's so easy to mass produce a ton of stuff, especially like food. But then, like I said, the main issue with that is you can't store other stuff. So where is this area I want to... Nope. That's the wrong thing, dude. Okay, so really, as far as I can go down here, and this is the end of the map. So, can I put... Now, the fault in trading computers have... Okay, a fault in computers have caused a halt in trading. That happens in the middle of this month, and will be rectified in the middle of next month. So as long as you've been doing our policy of trading every single first of the month, you'll never have that problem. So now we'll just wait until the 15th of September, and then it'll just say, oh, computers are fixed, look at that. Look at that! Aren't we amazing, IT? We fixed it! Okay, I want to protect my investment here, so turrets are going to be laid down first. That radar probably gives us some really good sight, doesn't it? Yeah, not bad. This one right here will be perfect, though. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3... I think this is a good enough start here. Oh, there we go. Oh, actually got fixed the first of the month. Fantastic. Bump you up. Bump you up. Oh, yes. I'll take 11,000 from food. Thank you. Fuel. Or... sell it down a little bit. I don't want to tap myself out. I'm keeping my weapons for now. I'll sell tech at 9. That's no problem. 42,000. I like that. Oh, that's right, the flux pod isn't ready yet, is it? I'm really glad. I think it only takes 28 days for that flux pod. If it took like 48 or something, I'd be a little cheesed off. But yeah, it's no big deal. It's also amazing how quickly the first $100,000 you get, you burn through in like a heartbeat. There we go. 1, 2... being a little loose with this. I just want some defense. We're going to have our tanks here. So we're going to have defense. It's not like we're defenseless here. Let's just block this up so our tanks don't go that way accidentally. Now, the way this works is they will build in a circle around the facility. So having room is important. Let's do like this. And I want a little bit of spacing here. So we'll be able to get, I don't know, 8 or 9 facilities here. Probably without a problem. Let's do it like this. Ding. Ding. There's 3. 4. They're hover tanks, so I don't care. Oh, turrets are firing. I wonder what they're firing at. Do we even see anything on the radar? No, so I don't know what that's all about, but that's okay. Not super worried about it. So let's see here. How many? 5? Let's do 6. 7. Nope. Okay. Fair enough. 6 might be a good start. What I do need to work now are on arms labs. So now we were using our weapons and just almost selling them out the gate because we didn't need them. It was a good profit way to start off. So right now, that's a shipyard. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. I need more sports complexes. That was another request. So that's not a problem. This month will be arms labs. Next month will be, I don't know, 2 more sports complexes. This area looks pretty defended. The nice thing is my tax rate is still 18%, quality of life still 42. Very happy with that. Just burned down all that food, all this fuel. Awesome, another really sweet paycheck. Let's burn down a little of the ore. Looks like about it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's a good start. And a sports complex as requested by my whatever advisor, Bink. And we can get another security. Bink. Very good. That worked out great. Now, to compensate for that, I do want more ore. Considering how quickly we are going to be burning through it with weapons. And actually, let me check on food, because I just sold down all my food. We're making about 300 a month. That's not bad. Getting low on power again. Power is just one of those things that's just so finicky. And maybe not even finicky, but it's just you have to really be mindful of it. So let's see here. Okay, perfect. I have that mentally mapped. I lost 1 square. Not that big of a deal. If I get another 40,000, I'll be able to almost double my mine capacity, which will be fantastic. Certainly not going to be complaining. More industry always makes me a happy. One happy chappy. I don't know how long it takes for tanks to get churned out. The aircraft are rated in months. You can buy several kinds of aircraft. I think there's a scout, a fighter, a bomber, and the fusion aircraft. And a warship? There's a few kinds. And they're rated in months. They take months to produce. It says, 20 months or 30 months or whatever. So that's how those are rated. I'm out of grant. Yes, I will sell that. Thank you. For tanks, I think they just churn... Oh, crap. I sold a little too much of that. Yeah, sell gems at that price. That's awesome. So we'll see. But either way. Bing. 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 Good. As promised, that almost doubles my ore production. I also want a little bit more of my hydroponics. Producing 200 or 300 a month is okay. It's not ideal. Well, actually, it maybe is ideal, but I want a little more cushion there, considering how much of it I sell when I sell. And we're still doing really well with our stores anyhow. Okay, we have, 6 tank facilities? 5 tank facilities? I don't think there's anything customizable I can do here. Nope, tank yard. It'll just crap out tanks. I mean, there's really not much I need to do here. The only thing I really want to be mindful of is my turrets, considering they're firing at something. Yeah, I don't even know what they're doing. That's the weird thing about the defense mechanic, is I have no idea what they're shooting at. The only real way I know they're actually working is whatever they're shooting at will explode, but if I'm not on the screen, I can't tell what they're shooting at, and I can't see it explode. So it's a little difficult to figure that out. Let's bump this back up. 7 is good. It was eating through about 3,200 every month, so that takes care of 2 months. I'll sell the food. Yeah, it works for me. Weapons we're keeping. I'll sell the tech. The tech product comes from... Yes, I'll sell that too. The tech product comes from the workshops, I believe. I think they're actually just assembling just generic tech product. No idea what it is. Tech goods. Maybe adult toys, I don't know. Oh, there's our first tank. So let's do this. Since you guys are firing non-stop, I wonder if they're actually damaging the colony, or their colony? I don't really know what's happening, but that's okay. Let's do that and that. So here's how the tanks work. I'll give you a brief intro here. If you double-click them, hit points, number of tanks, and then markers. There's 8 markers on the map, if you noticed when we were actually on the world map, so you can actually send waypoints. It's a little wonky because they'll sometimes get clustered up and lost, and the pathfinding isn't super, but that's okay. The last marker here is the letter A. It is Alien City, and that's it. You send how many tanks you want, and then you get a spy report later. So we're just going to really let this build up. We've just added more arms labs, so I'm happy with that. So I'm not really going to be moving too much more on arms production. So aside from that, that's looking pretty good. So quick eye over the base. Not a lot of military activity. Some of these alien cultures ramp up pretty hard, especially with aircraft. There's one alien faction, I think, that just uses mostly aircraft. So that's something to really pay attention to because your tanks aren't going to do anything against aircraft. So that gets a little clustery on the quick. Yeah, 3,200 is what it's using. So that takes care of another month. I'm going to bump you up to 10,000. Yeah, sell all the food all the time, everywhere all the time. Fuel, hello, that's paid for itself well over several times. Sell tech at 13, yeah, why not? Cool, 48,000. We're going to build 3 or 4 more tank yards. And very soon we are mobilizing for war, kids. Now, my tanks can go over the space moss, so I'm not worried about that at all. Cool, this gives enough room that if I forget what's going on and I forget to check on these things, they'll actually still produce their full amount. Their full, what is it, 8? Yeah, 3, 3, and 2. That's all the sides surrounding them, so that'll take care of that. Very good. So let's check on our advisor. I think any more power plants? Yeah, I do. Awesome. Usage of ore, minimal. Yeah, so we can sell all our ore as much as we want. We're only using 50 of it. Population density is good. Okay, so we can easily afford 2 power plants. We're really in a stable position for war at this time. I'm confident that moving forward in this direction... I'm starting to sound like a politician, aren't I? Moving forward in this direction, I'm confident that our conflicts with our enemies will be swift and just. Bah, 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 bah. No, I'm good with this. So we're going to build another power plant with March coming up. Boop, and boop. Okay, if that doesn't take care of our power requirements for some time, I'm not too sure what will. Sell tech, yep. 27 is a good price. Just sell that down a little bit. It looks good to me. Perfect. Now, residential. Even though our growth is the same as our death, or, you know, our birthing rate, I still have it set to low. I don't think I want to move that too much farther, but let's get a few residential facilities here. Oh, I don't have enough money. Okay. Well, fair enough. 3 is probably all we'll need. That provides 150 more spaces. I think it's 50 apiece. Could be wrong. Okay, so we have 2, 3 tanks. Let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August. August, I think, will be our go-live date for kicking them in the face. That sounds like a fairly auspicious project. We have plans for a go-live date. We're going to kick them in the face. Come on, resident. Very good. Ding, ding. Still 44% quality of life with outrageous taxes. I'm still feeling pretty happy about that. Not so much about the outrageous taxes, but everyone still likes me. It's an important thing. Oh. Not enough colonists? Really? How many builders do I have? Oh, I have 320 people building. Okay. I freaked out. I'm like, is everyone a farmer? What happened? Okay. That's fine. Good enough. That genuinely had me worried. I shouldn't have to wait long. Oh, I built a bunch of power plants, but that shouldn't be that big of a deal. What did I just build that took up all... Oh, yeah, that's right. I built 4 power plants. I'm always thinking of my next move. So, yeah. So whatever move I've just finished, it's already in archives in my brain. Like, it's not something I'm constantly reflecting on, because I know I've already made the best decision possible. At least I like to tell myself I've made the best decision possible. So I'm not super duper worried about stuff, I guess is what I'm trying to say. No demand. Nope, keep the gems. Keep the weapons. It's all looking good. So I'm going to wait till some of this stuff gets built. We're going to play out April, and we're also going to play out March, and that'll call it for me for this session. You know, the music on loop, it's like 3 or 4 little notes or beats or whatever on loop, and I thought originally it would drive me crazy, but it's variant enough, it's creative and variant enough that it doesn't drive me crazy at all. I don't know if this is a build spot. Oh, I tried to build and now I created an eclipse. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, if it's not obvious enough with the way I'm playing the game, we're not going to make our bread on taxes. Sell down the food, always. Sell down some more. Sell all the tech. Very good. How are we doing on tanks? Should have 2 or dozen or so by now. We have 4, 5. Yeah, tanks take a while. That's why I wanted to build so many facilities. But still to point, this is my heaviest defended area based on how many tanks, just by having tanks here. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's check the map real quick. It's been a while since I've done that. Maybe we have some bad guys clumped up. No, no one's clumped up. Oh, there's tons more ore and fuel we can tap into. But the market's not thirsty enough right now, so I'm not too worried about that. If the market comes back and is a bit more hungry for our supply, then yeah, absolutely we'll do that. But right now, there's just no one really eating up what we can produce, so there's really no point in building more facilities. I also don't really have the manpower to deal with it, so just put that right there. I don't ever destroy my old facilities, especially when it comes to radar. I guess in case you lose one, it's always good to have a backup, so I don't mind keeping the old ones around even though it's antique tech or whatever, or it's just old. I don't mind keeping it around. The power draw on it is minuscule, I feel, so not that big of a deal. Everything's looking good. 44% quality of life. What do we got for June? 44% again. Hey, I'm totally happy with that. Now we can actually put some serious money into our tech, and let's bump up our spy. Very good. Food. Sell it. Or sell it down a little bit. Tech, sell that. Cool. We just dumped all of our cash into grants, and we have another 11,000 to play with. That's pretty awesome. I'm really happy with that. Alright guys, calling an episode here. Thanks for joining me. John Megacycle out, and I will catch you next time.